And finally, before we head off tonight, it's another chance to catch up with our resident film expert and host of the Kent Film Club ahead of a brand new episode straight after this programme. Chris DC joins me on the sofa now to give us the pick of the pictures this week. Chris, another week. Summer holidays on. I guess there's quite a few children's movies out and about at the moment.
There's a good balance because you've got the films like Elio and you've got the Fantastic Four and quite a few films at the moment that are great. You know, How to Train a Dragon is still doing the rounds. It first came out in June. But also quite a few films with a bit of an edge, you know, including a few 18-rated horror. I mean, Weapons, which I saw, and it was word of mouth, and it's a horror film, but one that really goes into deep psychological, emotional territory. Like Pulp Fiction, you see a story told from multiple angles, multiple characters, and they all intersect with one another. So I watched it twice. It's that wonderful experience when it's like a jigsaw, when all the pieces somehow fall into place, but you're never quite sure when, if, and how they're able to do so.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. There's a lot of like Halloween horror movies starting to come out now, and we're still, what is it, 2 months away from Halloween? Why are they coming out, horror movies coming out so early, or is this normal?
It kind of is normal, because when you consider in past years, films like Die Hard, we always think, you know, is it a Christmas movie? But that first came out, certainly in America, in the summer back in 1988, and then they had a February release the following year in the UK. And even a film like Hocus Pocus, its original release was not around Halloween. So that's quite normal. But I mean, horror, of course, transcends seasons. Think of the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas, for example. Is it a Christmas film? Is it a Halloween? Well, it's really a fusion of the two.
And if you have a free moment tonight or over the weekend, if there was one movie you would suggest for someone over the age of 18 to go and watch this weekend, what would it be?
Well, a 15-rated film, which I am seeing tonight, and I was bowled away. It's Materialists. Now,
what's it all about?
Oh, it's the world of dating, and it's somebody who's a matchmaker, played by Dakota Johnson, and you know, she herself, because she's the daughter of Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson. And you know, I saw this, and I know a few female friends who were thinking, oh, is it sort of it's a romance? You know, what's the sort of demographic? Well, it's great. It's a very intelligent film at deconstructing that world of dating. Who's compatible with whom? Socioeconomic backgrounds, sort of looking at the whole question of class and upbringing and who's the right sort of match and what the nature of love is. A really intelligent film. I was gripped by this, and it came out yesterday, and I'm going to see it again this very evening. So it's lovely in the summer because there's lots of children's films out there, but to be an adult watching a film without, you know, Freakier Friday I saw last week, and that's great if you're, but it's that feels like it was like 2003 all over again. It's not the deepest film I've ever watched. I'm not the right demographic, but there is plenty out there if you give it a chance. Life of Chuck, another one.
Okay, so if you had a child with you or someone under the age of 15, what would you suggest for that person?
I would suggest, I mean, I'm not really, I didn't think that much of the Fantastic Four movie, but I know that some of my children were keen to see Superman, for example, and that's still doing the rounds.
Yes, and it's the new Spider-Man. I keep seeing on TikTok. They're filming up in Glasgow, I believe, at the moment. I mean, I worked in Glasgow for a little bit, and it does look a bit like New York in some senses. So you can see why they've chosen to do that. Chris, thank you so much for your time again.
Pleasure.
We have another episode of the Film Club coming up straight after this programme, so don't go anywhere. But that's all we got time for this